when a black business tycoon is stopped by a racist officer for simply driving a luxury car. What begins as routine quickly unravels into a shocking confrontation that exposes deep-seated prejudice. But the cop had no idea who he was dealing with. This is a powerful, true-to-life story about identity, injustice, and dignity, one that will leave you speechless by the end. Don't judge a book by its cover. Let's talk about race, respect, and what it means to be truly successful. Subscribe for more real, emotional, and powerful storytelling videos like this one. Share this to stand against racial profiling and discrimination. The sun was setting over Atlanta, casting golden streaks across the windshield of a deep obsidian 2024 Mercedes-Maybach S680, its polished chrome accents gleaming like silver lightning. Behind the wheel sat Malik Devontae Carter, a 38-year-old black business mogul with a resume that read like a dream. Founder of a $300 million logistics and tech empire, guest lecturer at prestigious business schools, and a quiet philanthropist who never needed a spotlight. Malik wasn't flashy, though. Not really. But after years of grinding, sleeping in his car, building his brand from scratch, and being dismissed in boardrooms because of his skin color, he'd learned to reward himself. And this car, this moment, driving down Peachtree Street in tailored slacks and a silk shirt with Coltrane humming from the speakers, felt earned. But success doesn't shield black men from suspicion, especially not in America. He noticed a patrol car in his rearview mirror a few blocks ago. It had been following him ever since he pulled out a gated parking lot downtown. He changed lanes. The cruiser did too. Slowed down. So did they. His hand hovered over the console, contemplating whether to turn on the dashcam embedded in the Maybach's interior. Old habits die hard, but the thought crossed his mind. Just keep it cool, Malik. You're not doing anything wrong. He signaled right into a Starbucks lot when the piercing whoop of the siren screamed out. Here we go, he muttered. The officer strode up with a puffed chest and the swagger of someone looking for trouble. His name tag read R. Whitaker, and the first thing he did wasn't ask for license or registration, but squint his eyes in a way Malik knew too well. What are you doing in this vehicle? The officer asked, his hand still hovering near his holstered weapon. Malik raised an eyebrow. Excuse me? I asked you, sir. This car, it's brand new, registered just last week. Are you the owner? A slow breath. Malik calmly reached into the glove box, pulling out his insurance and registration. I am. Whitaker didn't even glance at the papers. You mind stepping out of the vehicle? I do, actually, Malik replied, his tone polite but firm. Are you detaining me, officer? And what's the probable cause for the stop? Whitaker's face twitched. Suspicious behavior. You were circling the block several times. I was looking for a parking spot. Do you always stop people in Maybachs for trying to get coffee? The cop leaned closer. You think you're smart, huh? No, Malik said evenly. I know I'm legal. Whitaker didn't like that. Step out. Now. By now, people were watching. Phones came out, but not fast enough to catch the part where Malik was roughly pulled from the car, despite offering no resistance. His hands were shoved behind his back, wrists clamped with cuffs. His head pushed onto the Maybach's trunk. You fit the description, Whitaker said. What description is that? Black male, expensive car, suspicious behavior. Malik closed his eyes. That phrase, fit the description. How many black men had heard those words before being humiliated, beaten, or worse? His phone buzzed in his pocket. His assistant, likely wondering where he was. He had a meeting with the city council in less than an hour. That was ironic. He was scheduled to speak about community reinvestment in marginalized neighborhoods. Instead, he was now being treated like a criminal for the crime of being successful while black. Backup arrived. Another patrol vehicle. This time, a black female officer emerged, Sergeant Angela Hayes. Her eyes widened when she saw Malik. Whitaker, uncuff him. Now. Whitaker hesitated. I haven't cleared him yet. He's refusing to cooperate. Do you know who this is? Hayes interrupted, walking straight up to Malik. Mr. Carter, I'm so sorry. Are you hurt? I'm fine. Just insulted. Whitaker's face turned crimson. This man owns Carter Transit Systems. He's one of the most prominent business owners in this city. Hayes continued. He donated $500,000 last year to the precinct's community youth program. Silence. I didn't know, Whitaker stammered. No, Malik said coolly, standing tall as the cuffs were removed. You didn't care to know. As the crowd gathered, some filming, some just whispering in disbelief, Malik turned to them, not yelling, but with the calm clarity of someone who'd carried this weight for too long. This isn't about a car. It's about assumptions. If I were white, you think this would have happened? No one answered. How many more black men have to be demeaned just because we don't look like what success is supposed to look like? Whitaker looked away. I built my company from nothing. I employ 600 people in this city. And today, I was treated like a thief in front of strangers because I sat behind the wheel of my own car. By morning, the video had exploded online, shot by a teenage girl from across the Starbucks parking lot. It showed Malik being aggressively pulled from his luxury vehicle, cuffed and manhandled, while calmly asserting his rights. The caption read, "Black CEO gets arrested for driving a nice car. Welcome to America." The comments flooded in. This man built a company, and he still gets profiled? We are never safe, no matter how much we achieve. This is why we need police reform now. I met Malik once. He gave a scholarship to my cousin. This is disgusting. News outlets reached out within hours. Malik stayed silent. He needed space to think. He wasn't just some internet sensation. This wasn't just about his dignity. This was about all the young black boys watching. It was about every person who'd been stopped, questioned, dehumanized, and never given a platform to speak. And now, for better or worse, he had the platform. Officer Whitaker had been placed on administrative leave, pending an investigation. His union issued a neutral-sounding statement. The police chief? Silent. The mayor's office? Hesitant. But Malik? He walked into City Hall the next day in a tailored navy suit, chin high, flanked by his attorney and 2 members of his executive team. The press swarmed. "Mr. Carter, will you be filing a lawsuit? Was it racial profiling? Do you forget the officer? Do you think your wealth threatened him?" Malik raised a hand. "I'll speak at the proper time. For now, just know, I am not looking for revenge. I'm looking for change." Behind the scenes, his attorney was clear. This could be a multi-million-dollar civil suit. We can crush them in court. But Malik shook his head. This isn't about the money. This is about the message. 3 days later, Officer Whitaker requested a private meeting. Malik wasn't obligated to accept, but he did, not to forgive, but to understand. Inside a quiet conference room, Whitaker looked like a man aging 10 years in a week. His hands trembled slightly. For the first time, there was no swagger, just the heaviness of exposure. "I didn't know who you were," he began. Malik interrupted. "That's the problem. You saw a black man in a nice car, and you assumed criminal before citizen. I was doing my job." "No, you were exercising your bias, your fear. That's not just doing your job. That's a failure in judgment, and it could have cost me my life." Whitaker looked down. "You're right. I'm not here for your apology," Malik added. "I'm here to make sure this never happens again." Then he slid a folder across the table. Inside was a proposal titled, "The Carter Initiative, Anti-Bias Police Training and Equity Accountability." Whitaker blinked. "You want to work with the department?" "I want to fix what almost destroyed me." At a televised press conference a week later, Malik stood behind a podium with city officials, activists, officers, and young black entrepreneurs surrounding him. The video of his arrest played on a loop behind him, silent but searing. He spoke slowly, deliberately. "I am not here to tell you what happened to me was unique. I am here to tell you that it is far too common. I built a business. I employ hundreds. I give back. I did everything society tells black men to do in order to earn respect. And still, I was treated like a suspect. So, today I'm not just a businessman. I'm a bridge. This city will adopt mandatory anti-bias training. We will hold officers accountable with third-party civilian review. And my company is pledging $1 million to train and uplift young black professionals. Because our best revenge is thriving in the face of hate. He ended with a pause, and then a thunderous, I will not shrink to fit your stereotype, and I will not stop until no child fears a badge more than they trust it. The room erupted in applause. Malik's story became a national example of transformative justice. Officer Whitaker was demoted and ordered to complete the very training Malik designed. He remained on the force, but under a watchful community eye. Malik? He refused book deals, magazine covers, and self-serving accolades. He stayed focused, built a scholarship foundation, mentored young black men fresh out of prison, partnered with activists, and every time someone asked if he was okay after the incident, he replied, I'm not okay. I'm awake, and I'm working. Success won't always protect you from racism, but it can be used to dismantle it. Malik didn't let humiliation become hate. He turned pain into purpose, and he showed that true power doesn't come from cars or titles, but from character, courage, and choosing the high road when it matters most. If you believe this story matters, don't just scroll. Share it. Let's amplify voices that inspire and hold systems accountable. Subscribe for more emotional storytelling that exposes truth and inspires justice.